Hey Vision Chasers, it's Dr. Bird here. Have you ever wanted something so bad, like right now, that if you had to wait a minute, that was like waiting a year for it? Well, obviously because you're human, the answer for each and every one of you is yes, you've experienced that moment before. Now, in the 60s, there was a researcher who explored this and conducted a research about this concept of waiting for something that you really, really want right now. And out of this research came the marshmallow test. The marshmallow test. And here's the way the marshmallow test worked. He would bring in these children, they range from toddler to 5 years old. He'd bring them into a room, sit them at a table, and place one marshmallow in front of them. And he would tell them, you can have this marshmallow now, but if you wait 15 minutes, you can have 2 marshmallows. And so you could imagine the comedy it was, watching some of these children struggle as they're sitting in the room because the researcher's not in the room with them. So it's just the child and the marshmallow. The child's looking at that marshmallow. My kids love marshmallows. So I can imagine these kids, just what was going on inside these kids, inside their heads, is because they really wanted the marshmallow. And so they were trying not to eat the marshmallow. And then they would just give in and they would just eat the marshmallow. But then you would have those kids who would decide, I could have 1 now, or I could have 2 later if I just hold on and wait. I'm going to decide to wait. So those were the 2 different reactions that the multiple kids had in that room with that marshmallow. Some chose to eat the 1 and some chose to fight it out and wait for 2. So years later, this researcher would catch up to these children to find out what happened in their life. What was their track as they were chasing their vision of success? What happened to these kids? And it's interesting, it's just some of the things that he found out was the kids who were able to wait, and receive 2 marshmallows, they ended up on a better path in life. They were more successful. They had better health, higher SAT scores, better relationships, overall a better living condition because of the fact that they were able to wait for something that was going to be better in the future, as opposed to enjoying that marshmallow right then, right now. Now, out of this study, we get this term called delayed gratification. Here's my definition of delayed gratification. This is very important. Delayed gratification is the ability to delay, put off the enjoyment of something now so that you can enjoy something of greater value in the future. And here's some examples for you teenagers out there. Stay off your phone in class. Obviously for a teacher, that is the #1 battle, to keep their students in the class and focus and off their phone. Certainly, there's so many things happening on your phone, even now as you're watching this video. But you have to understand that there's something of greater value if you're focusing in class. There's something of greater value in the future if you are following along with what's going on in that classroom. Because you don't want to be in a situation where you have to try to catch up, try to figure out what you missed because you were preoccupied with your phone. Another example of delayed gratification, delaying that enjoyment, is studying. One of my biggest challenges as well as a teacher was to get my students to study. Get my students to put 5 to 7 minutes a night, maybe 3 nights a week, over, just going through some of their notes, going through certain topics, going through certain vocabulary words. That's an important skill to learn, because once you get to college, you're going to have to put in even more time studying. And so it's really good that you condition yourself, especially while you're in middle school, high school, wherever you are, condition yourself now to kind of give up that time, that free time that you would be doing something, whatever, watching TV, social media, whatever. Give up that time, give up the enjoyment that you would be having doing those things so that you can put in 30 minutes of study time. so that you can be very happy and be successful when you take your test, when you take your quiz, when you have to do your assignments, because you put in that work on the back end. Another example is this. The teacher has said something in a way that's kind of giving you some feelings. You're feeling something inside, and you're kind of you're in your mind, you're coming up with some words that you can say to really come back at that teacher, because it would feel so good to let that teacher know, wait a second. This is an opportunity to delay your gratification, because there's something of greater value waiting for you if you close your mouth and remove yourself from that situation and not say something that's going to get you in trouble. See, in the moment, yes, saying whatever you want, that would feel good, but you would feel so much better, and you would feel the value of holding your tongue if you just close your mouth, remove yourself from the situation, and later on you just realize, you know what? I could have gotten in a lot of trouble. I could have had to, go to detention, or something else could have happened. Maybe my parents would have found out and I would have missed out on, going over to my friend's house or something. Delayed gratification, understanding that in the moment, perhaps it's better to sacrifice for a greater gain in the future. It's very important to remember that in life, patience is rewarded. Patience is rewarded. I equate it to a savings account. A savings account, you deposit your money into a savings account, and over time, the money that's in that savings account, it grows because of the interest that you earn on the money that you keep in the bank. Patience is rewarded. And so that's the main idea of this principle of delayed gratification. So it's very important that you challenge yourself to develop habits that are going to help you sacrifice some things temporarily so that you can earn something of greater value in the future. Now, here's some action steps I want to leave you with. You need to remind yourself of your vision of success. You need to be talking to yourself, letting yourself know, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I go to school. This is why I make great decisions. This is why I think before I speak. This is why I make sure my circle of influence, my friends, they're a good influence on my life. They encourage me to make good decisions and chase my vision of success. And so when you do this, you're reminding yourself of what you can do and what you cannot do. And many people fail because they don't have those boundaries set in their life. Number 2, start your morning thinking about what needs to be done for the day. Throughout your day, there's a number of tasks that you need to complete. And when you really put this list together, you'll realize that you really don't have time to waste, because there's so much that needs to be done. Every time you get up in the morning, you're working on a dream. You're moving closer to your vision of success, and you have no time to waste with foolishness. And finally, number 3, you need to surround yourself with other vision chasers, because vision chasers, they understand and practice the art of delayed gratification. Now, if you're around a group of people who live for the moment, live for the now, and they don't care, or they don't spend a lot of time caring or thinking about the future, then that's going to influence you in a negative way. And so you need to make sure that you have vision chasers in your life who are going to help you and encourage you in your moment of weakness when you feel like you can't wait. And so you need those people in your life to help you be better, to help you be stronger. So delayed gratification, so very important. I want you to consider that as you go throughout your day, as you go throughout your weeks, your months, as you chase your vision of success. Think about the art of delayed gratification. You don't have to have everything that you want immediately, because there could be something of a much greater value if you just wait a little bit longer. So think about that, and until we meet again, please keep chasing the vision. Bye.